You can just run through the orientation stuff. So you can grab one of those like noisemaker things. It's like sleigh bells. Yeah.
Virtual reality, or VR, creates simulated experiences and environments through computers. The current technology immerses users mainly through audio and visual feedback, but also through haptic feedback, which is perceiving objects through touch and manipulation. In VR, players are able to interact with the objects in their surroundings. The technology that we are using in this video is the Oculus Rift, which is a popular VR system that includes the headset, hand controllers, and space sensors. This Oculus Rift is available for students to sign up to try in the curriculum lab. The Oculus headset includes the immersive goggles and headphones, as well as a diopter dial shown here that allows users to adjust the headset's focus. This lets wearers see the games more clearly. The Oculus touch controllers are tracked in-game and allow users to interact with their virtual environment. There are a variety of buttons that intuitively have players select, grasp, or fire objects depending on the game. To get a player started, have them put on the headset. A second person will then help them take the controllers, as this is challenging to do individually. Ensure that the controllers are secured with the wrist strap. Virtual reality should always be done with a second person to ensure the safety of the user. For a new user, it is a good idea to start with an introductory tutorial game. Here, Taylor is playing an Oculus game made to get her used to being immersed in the VR, as well as to familiarize her with the functions of the controller.
Yeah, I can see what you're doing.
Hi. How do I grab something?
Then grip, yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's stuff like everywhere, and like above you.
VR can be used in a wide variety of subjects and grades. Here, Maria is using a program that explores the inside of the human body. Currently, she is microscopically entering the cells to observe the nucleus and other structures. There are games and programs available that allow users to visit space, go back in time to experience a JFK speech, or solve math problems with exciting interactive manipulatives. You can explore cities and mountains through Google Earth or delve into ancient Egyptian tombs with Discover Egypt. This technology has the potential to overcome language barriers while also accommodating many kinds of learners within the classroom with audio, visual, and kinetic features. It can also be used to create a more inclusive classroom for students with disabilities or mobility issues, as VR can be used to transcend physical limitations. Applications in the classroom can also include making classroom content relevant to the real world and introducing students to simulated real-life experiences, such as exploring potential career options. One weakness of VR is that it can potentially be an individualistic opportunity. If a school only has 1 or 2 VR sets, it limits the amount of people that can participate at a time, causing issues with whole class participation in the face of time constraints. Additionally, VR can be disorienting to some users and can even cause vertigo and motion sickness. Another weakness of VR is that it can often be expensive. The Oculus Rift system costs approximately $500 to $700 for each set, not including the computer required to run the VR software. This means that it is unrealistic for most schools to have a high system-to-student ratio.
Fortunately, there are alternative VR systems that can be used in classrooms, available at a more reasonable price point. One example is Google Cardboard, which is a simple VR headset that costs around $25 per unit and can be used with a smartphone. Although not incorporating the kinetic aspects of other VR systems, this alternative is far more accessible. Despite being less interactive, teachers can still use this tech for activities such as leading students on a Google Expedition tour of landmarks or geography pertaining to a lesson. Additionally, on the Google Cardboard website, there are also blueprints that show you how to construct your own VR headset at home. Other alternatives exist, such as devices made for iPads. This is useful if that technology is already present in the classroom. Technology continues to progress and change at a rapid pace. It is projected that as this technology continues to develop, that it will become more widespread. Hopefully, this causes the market to become increasingly saturated with the technology and costs to lower, allowing the more sophisticated and immersive technology to become feasible for classroom use. Additionally to this, VR classroom application is being recognized and more games and programs are being developed specifically for educational use. Over time, we hope to see more virtual reality entering our classrooms to enhance educational experiences for our learners.